All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Episode 8. And they have arrived at Singapore.
Yes.
Yes, and we now know that Dio has stand captains of sorts that he has stationed in many different places of the world. Yes. And one of them
has the two right hands.
The two right hands,
yes.
And in particular is the son of the wicked little
witch lady
cretin thing that she is. And her name is, I believe, like Enya or something.
Yes, I believe Enya is.
But the fact that she's teaching Dio is a little bit disturbing because we've seen now the silhouette of his stand.
Right.
And you said it looked like Jonathan.
It did look a little bit like Jonathan.
And now I'm like, oh, crap. Like, this is not good. But I like that the adventure is still ongoing.
That's right.
But they need to find some way to travel to Egypt safely.
and
good luck with
quickly.
That. Yeah, I'm sure that they're keeping the time limit in mind. But I also think that this is JoJo's. They're going to make it to Egypt. It's more about, like, how much shenanigans are they going to go through until they get to Egypt.
And I love it whenever they go into the shenanigans, so I'm all for that.
I want more character dynamic interactions. Those are all fantastic.
Yes.
More Joseph, more Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
More of everyone. I love them. They're fantastic. All right, guys. We're going to do this episode, so without further ado, let's do this. Your shoulders are too wide! Stop! Whoa! Jeez. Oh, she's here. Yeah.
She doesn't have a father.
Oh, gotcha. We don't hear right, so use some tact. Jean-Pierre's got this.
Yeah. Wow.
Tact. Hey, this is a colorful.
It is indeed.
Area, yeah. Yeah, but there's that little doll miniature thing that's somewhere in here. Whoa, 3D. What?
Nice.
Huh.
He's already suspicious. He's like, there's probably a stand user somewhere.
Oh, come on. It's right here. What the heck?
Wow.
Oh, he can tell. Can he sense the stand user? Jeez. What the heck?
Alright, cool.
Alright.
They should really get little, like, necklace alert things that just beep beep, like stand user.
I think that technology, even the Speedwagon Foundation, might not be good enough to do yet. I'm not going to try and sing along with this one, except when it gets into the English. Century-Old Destiny. I didn't think about that lyric before. But Century-Old Destiny is talking about Dio.
Well, or the Joestars, because, you know.
That's true. The Joestars and Dio, but that's their karma links them together like a chain. Ooh.
Like the chain on Jotaro's jacket.
Yes. It's all connected.
You know, I really wonder, like, that chain can't actually be made of metal, though, because then it would just, like, pull
way down the coat, yeah.
So it's probably something that's like a plastic prop.
No, I think Jotaro's the kind of person who would want the edgy outfit to be legitimately, you know, edgy. With lots of bling and stuff,
yes,
you know?
but that cloth part, like, would not be standing up straight.
I have to do my classic ora ora here. Wait for it. Ora 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 Ah.
Ooh.
Devil card. Ooh, so this is one of the captains. Oh. So he probably has some kind of debilitating effect with his stand.
Yes, I love it. Cool. I like this. Oh! Whoa! Well played. What's that doll? Like,
man, you suck.
Wow.
That's amazing. My blood only makes me stronger. Oh, a grudge. Oh. Someone that wants vengeance against Polnareff, while Polnareff wants vengeance against... Yeah. Sure, sure. Oh, Polnareff's just like, really, what is his deal? Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh! Oh! At least he's like inspecting it like, what's this thing? Oh, gross! Gross! Oh, yeah. That's disgusting! Oh no! Okay. Oh, that was a part of his plan. Jeez. Whoa. Okay, I like it. Whoa, crap. He's like, did you take it? Oh, crap. Oh boy. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Whoa, boy. Heck? That's how it's gonna kill him? Oh! Oh! Oh, that sound. Oh! Yeah. Okay. Holy crap! Okay. Do not disturb. This is intense. What the heck? Okay. So I guess since Polnareff can't see it, his stand can't do that? Yeah. Oh, you missed. Yeah. What the heck? This is awesome! Visuals! Super easy. Oh! Oh, there you go. Oh, nice transition. That was top. Well done. Go to his room.
I wonder if he... No, there's no way he's in trouble.
Yep. Ow, ow. He's gonna use...
he cut the rope, finally.
Nice. Jeez. Like, it doesn't really seem to care about killing him quickly, it's more about the enjoyment of it. No, no. Right. No. The mirror? Yep. Oh, nice. So he could see? Yeah. Yep, I knew it! I knew it! Yeah! That was awesome. Nice. Right? Vulgar little dick. I love it. Oh my god, that was amazing. Yep. Everything except his balls. Yep. What did you figure out? Bro, I'm dying right now. Like, oh, jeez.
Nothing about how he was completely covered in blood and stuff?
Right. His lawyer? Oh, Speedwagon's lawyer. Nice. Cool. Oh, with the TV? Nice. Awesome. Alright, I like it. Okay, now here comes the spirit photo.
I wonder why.
Oh, nice. There's a traitor among us. Okay. Oh, here's Dio. Oh. Wow. Oh, that's legit. I think this is trying to turn them against each other.
Yeah, because what if Dio was able to make that?
Yeah. Well, he was working for Dio, that's the point.
The bud things?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't...
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be that,
yeah.
That obvious.
Because then they'd also be able to fix it the same way they fixed it last time. Okay.
I mean, no, it could be that was just a red herring to make them think that they removed the control from him. But the idea was that he's been on his side all along.
Right. Yeah.
And now he's the sleeper agent. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's not a sleeper agent. It's Dio trying to divide them by manipulating, because we know that Dio I mean, I'm gonna save this for the discussion, of course, but yeah, walk like an Egyptian.
That was a cool new use of Joseph's stand, though.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think that's one of the points that stands will like have in the future is that they'll evolve. Like stands will be localized to have specific talents, you know, like specific things that they're good at. But if they have like one technique that's like their standard thing, they'll be able to do like minor other techniques. Yeah, they can get creative. That's the main thing. Yeah. Ooh,
that was one of the wackiest stand fights I have ever seen.
Yeah, thank you for doing this episode directly after kind of the, I would say, the hit and miss episode of the previous one. Because this one had, like, visuals. It had a chaotic stand user. It just went straight into the action.
Oh, yeah, it totally did. Like, and they
focused on a side character again.
Yes, and one of the things...
Polnareff, you know?
Right, and one of the things that's funny that I'm starting to pick up on, probably should have picked up on this sooner, is that, of course, they can't have the entire group fight a stand at once, because that would not make it so that it's an ability for one of them to stand out, right, and show how awesome they are.
Right.
So, they'll come up with some way... somehow
in the story
for one of them to be separated from the rest of the group to fight the stand of the week by themselves the entire time.
Right, but they don't have to separate them entirely. They could have it be an honorable duel like Avdol and Polnareff.
Sure, but have some way to make it so that it's a one-on-one battle.
Yes.
Not a 5-on-1.
I think that eventually we will have 2v2s or 5v1s or something like that. But for now, yes. Right. Definitely. In particular, having kind of Polnareff be the focus point for this and have basically the entire episode be this really crazy, just disgusting, like, voodoo doll thing.
Yeah, like that. That was very creative.
That was really wacky. And I don't think it was really, like super creative. Like, I think it's more of just that it was so stylish, and they really owned the crazed doll assassin thing that he's using voodoo essentially to control.
Which is great, because since, like, they set up in the previous episode, they're like, okay, it's this doll, right?
Right.
They didn't go for the usual thing that, like, a lot of people will do.
Where's the stand?
Where's the stand? Or dolls being creepy in, like, an ominous kind of creepy
way.
Instead, they went for just something that was pure full-blown insanity. Right?
Yeah. It's just like screaming and running around, like a little yelling obscenities at Polnareff. And I made it kind of funny because it's this little psycho doll thing that just like and for some reason a razor blade is cutting through armor and like bone and everything.
Exactly.
But Polnareff just being like really pissed at this thing as it's going around doing all this crazy stuff. It was funny. Like, this was a genuinely funny and terrifying episode.
Like, well, and they threw in so many like jokes too with it.
Yes.
Of like him walking into the room after he finally defeats it, and they're like, "Oh, we've been waiting for you. We need to figure out how to defeat this thing." And he's just like covered in blood, and just,
the holes from when it bit him are on his shoulder. His massive shoulder muscle. He's like, "I'm beat," and he just drops. That's just amazing.
That was.
There's also the now Polnareff, she has some pride, so be tactful about this. And he's like, so you're poor, we'll pay for your hotel room. Like, oh my god. I really love that Jotaro, you can even see him in the background when that happened. He does this little thing where he grasps his cap that fades into his hair, you know, and he does this yada yada kind of thing all the time, and now it's starting to affect me. I like that. That's gonna become my like catchphrase. Like, I'm gonna be playing ultimate frisbee, and someone's gonna make a stupid throw, and I'll grasp an imaginary cap, and I'll just be like yada yada. Yeah. Like, really? Oh man! But I like that they built up this stand user from the previous episode. They're like, this is one of Dio's very strong captains. Avdol, as being a renowned teacher and just stand master, would know about other stand masters of renown. But in particular, having one of Dio's captains or lieutenants essentially die this quickly, this early, is kind of exciting, because then you go,
because they've already limited the number of them.
There's not many left.
Right.
So
And
what are the other ones going to be like?
Exactly.
They could be crazy. Like, this could be the trash tier one comparatively to the rest of them.
Sure.
And, like, one of them could give them issues for, like, 5 episodes just alone or something.
And as you can see, they're recycling Kakyoin, potentially, so...
that's true.
We'll have to see what happens there.
So, do you think we should slap bet this? Kakyoin is... Do you think Kakyoin is a sleeper agent? This is the thing. There's too many variations within it to where it's probably not the perfect slap bet.
Right, because it's not a simple binary.
I just want to go so hard into the... No, this whole thing is a misdirect by Dio. And then if it's anything else, you'd win.
So if there's any part of it that's not a misdirect by Dio?
Well, basically, here would be the equivalent. So, like, if Dio's trying to get them to fight amongst themselves, essentially, by doing this... but it's actually that Kakyoin is some kind of like he's actually the one that hasn't gotten any character development thus far.
Right,
so
and that's
there is some potential there, but I think it's more of that we're setting up the Kakyoin episode coming up next,
right,
rather than him actually being evil. He might have his own agenda, but I don't think it's that Dio has control over him. So I'm gonna go with this is a misdirect. Dio has no influence over Kakyoin.
Okay, I'll go for the things are at least not as they seem, because like they're not.
So no slap bet then.
No, I don't think this is really worth doing.
I don't think it's worth a slap bet either.
But
we'll save it for like big things like like with characters like fighting like some like when they eventually do fight Dio or something, or like if like when, like people are probably gonna die at some point, right? Like
probably.
You could like see like which character will die first among the the 5 Joe Bros.
Right. Now this is what makes me curious. Okay. So they said that the next Enya was saying the next one that should be sent in was the one that was her son with the 2 right hands.
I don't think she said that the next one be sent in, did she?
I believe so.
I think she was more of saying that...
or like, you should send my son, he'll be a good one to take them out, or something like that.
Yeah, I think if anything, she was just calling attention to the fact that especially powerful, or a special note of my son with his 2 right hands. It's like, you're talking to the audience. Us, we get it.
But it seems like they were basically saying that's coming up soon, right? So the...
Possibly.
So what I'm wondering is Kakyoin actually some sort of sleeper agent, right? Or because one of the things that I've always thought would be interesting to see is some kind of way that you could like use a stand to take over someone else.
Oh, that's a good point.
And if they did something like that, that could be a way that
that Kakyoin could be a sleeper agent, but not really.
Right. Yeah, because originally when they said, okay, sleeper agent, I thought there was going to be something like one of the previous stand users basically got one of those bud things into his head again, right?
Yeah, that would be kind of clever.
But then they showed him up close, and he didn't have one, unless it was like further into his hair or something. So
there's a lot of room in that hair over there, so who knows? Yeah. But I'm with you, Jacob. I think that if there's any bit of it where Kakyoin actually attacks them, it's because maybe someone's stand out there has some kind of manipulative capacities. It would be cool though to have a stand that can separate far enough from its wielder's body that it like possesses another person.
Sure.
Like, I feel like that's something we've already seen happen in the Emerald Kakyoin stand. Emerald Green. Or
wait, that's right.
Didn't it do a thing where it jumped into
he took over the teacher or the nurse or whoever it was.
Yeah, so if anything, Kakyoin should be the one that's doing that.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Oh.
What?
Oh, here's a crazy thought. Okay, Dio's stand is something very powerful. We don't know what it is, but one of the things that would make him incredibly powerful is that maybe because of something weird that's going on, and maybe this is now a reason as to why he has so many lieutenants, is he can give people a stand. and maybe he has control somewhat over the stands of the people he's given them to. So the Emerald one given to Kakyoin actually is in controlling him.
That would be really cool. Because we've never, I don't think we've ever really seen something where someone's stand influenced the user.
The monkey a little bit.
The monkey a little bit, but the stand was more of the ship.
Yeah, that's my point. And the ship was kind of...
right, he wasn't really in control of the things that the ship did.
Right.
It didn't seem like, not fine-tuned control. Anyways, no. But okay, yeah, that would be really cool, because Hierophant Green. Hierophant Green, that's the name of it, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, if... Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I think that's a good theory for a temporary bit, but I think we're almost like immediately going to get disproven that theory is the way it is because of the fact that they're setting up the next episode to be a Kakyoin episode. And if you think about like what they can do with that, Kakyoin might do some interesting things there, get a little bit of development and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the actual conflict, I think, will be more or less literal. So if he is a sleeper agent
or whatever,
or what have you, then that's the thing where we could see Kakyoin like literally die next episode.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to do that. They haven't really developed him.
Right. So if anything, what they could do is have the conflict be more around the suspicions of them taking the message too literally. Also, Joseph's spirit photo stand thing has some kind of nebulous qualities with regards to... Because it doesn't predict the future, right?
No.
It takes a picture essentially of the present outside of space. So it's not limited by... There's no range limitations on Joseph's stand, essentially.
Right.
But it is present. So it's not that Kakyoin like will be a traitor or something.
It's that he right now is.
Oh man, but what could it be without him being a sleeper agent?
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know. It could be, there could be some like confusion on it or whatever, where it's actually saying that he's a traitor to Dio, maybe. But I don't think that's what it is.
No, I like the stand theory now more and more that I think about it.
Like that would explain it.
That would explain it. I think it would be cool to have a character end up having to be also separated from their stand forcibly. So here's a crazy thing. Like JoJo's is so crazy, anything can happen, right? But one of the things they've established in the rules of stands thus far is that a wound on a stand or a user is reciprocated, vice versa, right?
And a person cannot have multiple stands.
Yes, but what if Kakyoin, basically needs to reject Hierophant Green, needs to sever the connection in some way? Could they keep Kakyoin alive
and sort of purge
the stand? Hierophant? I think that's a crazy thing that possibly could happen. I think Avdol would need to be the one to do it, because he seems like the kind of person who would understand, pun intended, how stands kind of work. But I think we're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks here, because I really, really don't want Kakyoin to be a traitor in the midst kind of thing.
Right.
This early into like their whole adventure. Like they're still in Singapore. Like they haven't even found transport. Like they haven't even found a way to Egypt yet.
Yeah. Well, and especially here's the other thing. Because Kakyoin and Jean-Pierre were introduced as people that were basically mind controlled by Dio.
Yes.
Having it revert to some sort of like, possession or control or something like that. Especially this early on, feels a bit off.
Feels a bit disjointed, because it doesn't flow well with the current pacing of things. What does flow well is some kind of potential infighting, though. And I think that Dio's stand is strong enough to where it would be able to mess with Joseph's stand. And this would be a clever way to introduce another plot point, is Dio's stand in particular is one that they've been drip feeding us little bits of, not really hints, but more of like teases in general.
Exactly. Just saying, don't forget about that.
Don't forget about that. And we have seen Dio have the purple thorns over his hand and stuff.
Right.
And in this, he did go, Joseph Joestar, you can see me right now. And then he then made the TV explode, which is showing him interact with the TV.
I know,
so it's not a big stretch to have him go, all right, I'm going to force the TV to reveal this thing. This is his, I don't want them to know what my stand is, what it can do, that I actually even, need to train my stand, because maybe that's the other thing. Dio is a little bit vulnerable right now, and he's playing the delaying game until he gets, to his ascended godhood status.
That's right.
Yeah. So that he can, of course, rule the world and everything. But in particular, he has a defense up for Joseph's stand, because it's the one that could give them the information necessary to defeat him.
Okay, or at the very least, because I think they were also saying where it's something where because he has Jonathan's body, their stands are all they're connected.
They're connected, yeah.
So he knows when Joseph uses it.
Right. Now, we were told by Discord people and stuff that they retconned the original plan for Dio's stand, which was being all of the Joestar stands.
Right, and they're like, no, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. There's some problems there. So we have to be a little bit careful in kind of assuming certain things about Dio's stand now.
But they did still, the whole idea with them going after Dio was because Jonathan's body is connected to Holly's stand, which is killing her.
Right.
And that's why they need to get Dio.
Yeah, I know that's the timeline.
So that's at least, I mean,
that's gonna remain the same probably the whole way. I'm just talking about how the lineage connection is separate from the stand connection. And the stand connection right now could be that he's messing with them, but I could see it also as being a combination of where he has the lineage connection, but then he also has whatever his own stand can do, which we don't know about yet.
Sure.
And his stand could have just been like, no, I rebound whatever kind of BS you're sending my way.
You're telling me Dio has an energy absorption and redirection stand?
No. I'm just saying he has a really powerful stand that just said nope to Joseph's stand.
Okay.
And Joseph's stand is kind of weak
I like
comparatively to everyone else's we've seen thus far.
And I do really like the idea of Dio doing some kind of subterfuge with the main group.
Yes, it would slow them down more, which I think is in Dio's best interest.
And it's a way that they can kind of be in direct conflict with Dio even when they're not actually with Dio.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So,
I would like to have more stand users like this who kind of invoke Dio's name. But one of the things that I think would be really cool is to have the world building aspect of this brought in, where you have people that have stands that are like here's a crazy thought, Egypt right now maybe slowly is coming to realize that Dio is here. Just the people in the area
who are just like, something seems to be going on fishy in this area.
Right, but there's probably stand users that were in Egypt that were like Avdol, and they're like, I need to book it out of Egypt.
Sure.
But we could have people say that are stand users in the Middle East, and they're like, bad things are starting to come out of Egypt. We need to leave. So they could hear about it. Avdol could get a contact and hey, how are things going in your area? It's like, well, there's been a huge uptick in zombie and vampire outbreak. A lot of stand users in particular are, causing problems in this area. There must be some kind of really strong presence in the region. That kind of stuff where we get built up Dio is mucking around in Egypt. We don't know what he's doing in Egypt, and that's the thing that bugs me.
He's doing more than just waiting and training.
Right. That's the thing that bugs me, is that they were trying to get a look at Dio, and here's another reason why I think it's all subterfuge, is the spirit photo thing focused on them and not really Dio. I know it's a thing to say that maybe Dio's move is that he's, activating the sleeper agent, in Kakyoin. But if we throw the sleeper agent thing out,
why did it tell them something about their own party when they were trying to find out about Dio?
And then when they finally did get to Dio was like, you're here, blows up the TV before they can get any more info. I think it's a bit obvious now in a very clever way.
Sure.
But it would also be a cool way for them to go, wait, by the nature of the TV exploding and stuff, were you able to get a a read on any of his Stan's energy or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I just have to wait and see, yeah. The humor in this episode was on point. But I loved how the humor took a really sick turn in a lot of ways. Like, there was a lot of parts where I'm like, oh, no. But in some ways, I was still kind of laughing because Polnareff was saved from death at one point by room service, which is, as a concept, is just sick and funny at the same time. Because the room service guy comes in, this poor innocent guy has no idea. He's just like, room service. And it's like, oh, good, continuity. And the Stan guy freaks out. He's like, no witnesses. I have to kill him. And then he's like, get out, you're gonna die, And the room service is like, I don't get it, what's going on? And then suddenly, in the shadows, and ridiculously violent, just face sliced off, and this show is really bloody, and I don't know, it feels kind of sick to say this, but I kind of like how over the top it is with this because...
Well, yeah, because I mean, JoJo's is over the top. Like, that's its style. If it started to be tame and, in like the violence or whatever, that almost might feel off.
Sure. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Yes.
This was awesome.
It was quite fun.
All right, guys, if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access. You can watch full-length reactions there. You can get on our Discord. There's all kinds of wacky things going on there. We've got all types of different channels for things. You can chat with us about whatever there. And yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.